In this video, I'm going to give you an introduction to Google Search Console. I'm going to go through what the difference is between Google My Business, Google Analytics, and Google Search Console, what each of those do. I'm going to also talk about a plugin that's really good to add to your WordPress website, which pulls all the information into one place so you don't need to go searching around for it. And I'm also going to talk about some of the features and what you need to do in order to set up your Google Search Console. So if you are a therapist, wellbeing coach, health professional, you have a website and you want it to show up really well in the Google search engine, then this information is going to be really useful for you. Now, you might say, yeah, but Zoe, I have a web company that looks after my website for me, so I don't need to know this stuff. Well, for me, knowledge is power. I want to be able to have an educated and informed discussion with the people that look after my website about what are they doing and how are they doing it to make sure that I'm getting the best out of that service. Equally, I also think about, for me, kind of handing over the control to them and just hoping that they're doing the best for you usually means that you're not getting all the features and benefits and the good stuff out of your website. And that's a real shame because the websites are an important part of your business, and therefore you deserve to make that resource work for you in the best way possible. So whether you have built your own WordPress website and you really need to understand what Google Search Console is, or whether you have a web company and you want to have an educated discussion with them about if you have Google Search Console, and if so, the information for it, then equally, this video is going to be really good for you. So let's start off with what is the difference between Google My Business, Google Analytics, and Google Search Console. So if you go to Google, you type in your business, which I've done here, this box here that comes through with photos, the map, the link to the website, the reviews, this is Google My Business. So I have gone into Google My Business and put in the products and put in the information in order for it to pull up this information into the search engine. That is Google My Business. Now, I have done a video all about Google My Business, so I'll put a link here for you and also a link down in the description, so you can go and have a look at that one if you want an introduction to Google My Business. Google Analytics then. Google Analytics is about the user information from your website. So you submit your website and then Google tracks the users and gives you information about who is visiting that site and the behavior of the people who are visiting your site. This is really good to see which pages are being visited, or, you know, the kind of information about your audience. That is really what Google Analytics is all about. Google Search Console is about your search results. How is your website showing up on Google Search? And that is the information that is within Google Search Console. So you create something called a sitemap on your website and you submit that in Google Search Console, which says to Google, go and have a look at my website and pull all the information through for the search results. So if you've created a new website and you're waiting for Google to go and get the information for your new site, that will take quite a long time. Where if you go into Search Console and you submit your sitemap, you're telling Google, there's new information here, go and have a look. You can also correct mistakes. So if you do your search and there's a page here on Google Search that you go, I don't want that page to be there, you can go and you can look in Search Console and you can change, you can say, don't index this page. Or you can update. So for example, if I went to this about page and it's pulling through the old information, you can go on Google Search Console, inspect that URL, it's called, and that's telling Google there's new information here, go and have a look at it and pull it through. So therefore you make sure that the search results that are coming up for your business are correct and up to date. And that is the difference between the Google My Business, Google Analytics, and Google Search Console. So I've done a video on Google Analytics. I'll put a link here to that one, and also a link in the description so you can have a look at that one as well. But this video, let's focus on Search Console. The best way for all of this information is to download a plugin on your website. So if you go to plugins, it's called SiteKit by Google. So I highly recommend that you get this particular plugin for your WordPress website. If you go to the top, you click just like you would normally, add new, type in SiteKit for Google, and then enable it, download it and enable it for your website. It gives you this little added thing on your toolkit. If you click in here, what it does is it will ask you to log into your Google account. It will notice whether you have Google Analytics set up. It will notice if you've got Search Console set up. If you haven't, it'll set those up for you. So you don't have to go to the separate websites and set them all up. This will do it for you. And then once you've done that, it will pull through all the informations from Google Analytics and from Google Search Console into this nifty little desktop version. So you can get all that information through in one place. It will also give you a per page option. So if you go, this is the home page of my website in SiteKit, it will pull through all the information for that particular page. So you can see it all in your website. So two benefits of this app. Number one, you don't have to set up all those things in separate places. You can set them all up from that one by having that plugin. And number two, all the information then gets pulled through to one particular place, rather than you going and looking at Google Analytics and looking at Search Console and things like that. It pulls it all through for you. One of the things, two things that you need to do with Google Search Console. The first thing it's going to ask you to do is verify that you own that particular website. So when you go on and you type in your website, it will say you need to verify it. So you need to say, yes, I own this website. Follow the steps that it tells you, and then you will verify it. The second thing that you need to do is submit your site map. So on WordPress, if you have Yoast plugin, you can enable the function of your sitemap. So I'll show you how to do that. So Yoast SEO, you go into settings, and then if we type it in here, sitemap. Here, all you do is click enable feature, and then it will enable your XML sitemap. Then on here, when you go into sitemaps to submit your sitemap, you type in your website, and then at the end you want to type in sitemap_index.xml and then submit, and that will then go off and pull your sitemap into Google Console. And then once you have done that, then you will have all of this juicy information coming through on your plugin on here. It will start referencing all of this data for you, and it will also tell Google all of this information and pull it all through into your search engine results for your business. You can do more with Google Search Console in terms of if you have updated your sitemap. If you have the Yoast plugin, it will automatically update it for you. But if you've done a particular page, as I said, you can inspect a particular page and that will tell it to go and look at the new information, those sorts of things. But this video is really an introduction to Google Search Console, and I think that is enough for you to be getting on with. So if you have a company who look after your website, just ask them whether you have Google Search Console, and if you don't, then you can sign up. verify and submit your sitemap, or get them to do it for you. And if you're doing your own, then go and get the Site Kit by Google plugin and then sign up, and then it will start pulling all of that information through for you and submit your sitemap. So I hope that's helped you understand a little bit about Google Search Console, get you started with it. And like I said, I'll put the videos down below to Google My Business and Google Analytics. Ultimately, those three tools give you a really fantastic insights into who is visiting your website and give you control over how your website shows up on the Google search engine. So if you have liked this content, if you feel like I have helped you in some way, then please do click the like button down below. It really supports me. Put some comments below. That'd be really great. If you want to ask questions or whether you want to share your knowledge about Google Search Console, then please do. And please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps my videos get out to more people, and I would really love this channel to grow and reach more people so that we can get out and help more people who are suffering in the world. Thank you very much for joining me. It's really much appreciated, and I will see you next week for the next video.